Welcome to day 2410. Yikes. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. I started doing this segment just to keep track of what I'm doing. I have some vision challenges, and so I used to keep notebooks, and if you see me, I've always got lots of notebooks, and I still write stuff down, but it's super hard for me to read it and retrieve it. So part of the reason I do a daily little video log is so I can keep track of the things I'm doing. What's worked, what's not worked, the good, the bad, the ugly, what's in my brain right now, and some of the cool things that we're doing, and some of the things that we're doing that just have really flopped. Because guess what? Of all the things we do, at least for me personally, most of them don't work. But we don't need all of them to work. We just need the one thing that is right for us to work to create the life that we want. So today, in the Let's Grow Annual Challenge, we are talking about our contribution, thoughts, and beliefs. What pops into our head as we go about our day that has something to do with how we show up in the world, how we make the world a better place, how we contribute to ourselves, our own well-being and personal development, as well as other people, other places, other things that are important to us. For supersize, and then we're looking at those at the end of the day. We're just going to write those down as we notice them, and we won't notice all of them, right? Because we have like 80,000 thoughts a day. I don't know about you, but I'm not paying attention to probably 98% of those thoughts. But when I specifically ask myself, what contribution, growth, thoughts, and beliefs come up today, and then I just jot them down. So I usually carry a Post-it note or a piece of paper or a little notebook in my purse so I can, or I have one right by me when I'm working to, as it pops into my head, write it down. I shared a couple that I've already had today. And then I ask myself at the end of the day, are those for me or against me? Are they moving me toward what I want or away from what I want? Because some of them are beliefs and thoughts that popped into my head that really don't even belong to me. Maybe I'm listening to a podcast or someone, or maybe I'm having a conversation with someone and they say something and I catch myself agreeing with it, and I hang up the phone and I think about it and I'm like, well, that's not really what I believe, think, or feel, right? Like deep down in my being and who I am, because that's the only person we can actually 100% impact and control is ourselves. I know, newsflash, right? I think I knew that for decades before I actually realized, oh my God, that's true. That means I can control what I can control, how I feel about things, how I react and respond, but I certainly can't control anyone else and their behavior and their thoughts and feelings and beliefs about things. We each create our own, and that's kind of what makes the world a really fascinating and fun place, is like putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and saying, wow, I've never even considered looking at this situation this way. And when we do that, we get a whole different set of perspectives and ideas, and it helps us to be a better human being, which contributes to the world in a positive way. So for Supersize Your Business today was day 21 of what I call fundamental, fun because fun's in the word, or foundational or basic business strategies and systems that we need to have in place no matter what industry or what business we're in. And I'm not sure how many there'll be when I'm done. I'm on 21 so far. I thought it'd be like 10 days in a row or something, but I'm already up to 21, so I think I do this with a lot of things. I start out thinking, oh, we're going to talk about the 10 simple steps to this, and then share each step and realize, well, this should really be a couple of steps, etc. It's like today we're talking about company culture and how critical that is to creating the business that we want to create in the world, which is a huge contribution, by the way. If it makes the world a better place. I'm going to say it's contribution if it makes the world a better place. It's something else if it doesn't make the world a better place. So we talked about, and I had a process that we use with people and with their companies and with our own companies, and it's about 14 steps. Now, does it have to be 14 steps? I think for some businesses, it probably needs to be 140 steps, and for others, it could probably be a 5 or 6 step process. The older I get, the more I find that I value simplification. If it's simple and I can explain it, if I can do it in one hand, right? If it's a 5-step process or less, to me, that is much more likely to get implemented and used, or a 5-step process or a 3-step process that somebody can remember and use over and over and over again for different situations. That's going to be much more valuable to them and their organization than if I try to give them a 14 or a 36 or a 25-step process to follow. It just depends on the nature of the situation and the problem. The culture is a huge impactor in our business, and most business owners that I come across don't think it is, or They believe their culture is here, is one thing, and it looks like this, the right hand, and what's actually going on in the minds of the people that are working in or with that business is something entirely different. And so that's a huge opportunity, though, for businesses. But oftentimes they don't see it as an opportunity. They see it as oh, you're criticizing what exists in our organization. And that's not the way it is. It's here's what is, here's what you want to be, how are you going to fill that gap? And we help fill that gap. Or just, here it is. You don't know how you want it to be, and you don't want to change anything. Well, there you go. At least you know what the situation is, whether you want to accept it or not. So one thing interesting working with organizational leaders and C-suite people, it's a mixed bag. But guess what? So is everything else. Everything's a mixed bag. All right, that's all I've got today. My mom's still in the hospital, so I'm sure I'll be spending quite a bit of time there again today. Got to get some things in play to really, really help her, because so far it's not working. And I can relate, because Labor Day weekend is my weekend for having massive health challenges. Two of the biggest health challenges that have ever happened to me in my life happened over Labor Day weekend. I get to celebrate my death day this coming, I think it's Saturday this year. So there's that. All right, if I can help you anyway, what do? All you got to do is ask. And otherwise, have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, pop on tomorrow to probably chat about some other funky things that are in the top of my mind. Have a great day.